Hi, I'm Mike Banja, and I'm lucky enough to be the bass player in the Taj Motel Trio in Atlanta, Georgia. I've played the bass upright and electric for 35 years, primarily ska for around 10 years. And I wrote a book. It is 365 ska bassline transcriptions, and it's available 40 bucks. And the website is www.skabassbooks.com. And there was a post on Reddit that I put up, and I got a lot of great feedback from people. And one of the things that people had asked about it was, well, let me get a song list of what's in it. And that's great. I'll definitely work on that and add that to the website in the future. So the best way that I can explain it, though, in the short term, is that it's not only 365 songs across all four generations of ska music, but it's more of a practice program or method book in some ways. So if you give me about 8 or 9 minutes, I'll do a deeper dive into it. So a method book is a little bit different. Most method books, and there are none for ska, just explain theory, or they give a couple of similar examples. There's a million method books out there for jazz, plenty for funk, and millions for different types of technique like slap bass. We've all seen this before. But what you often end up with is like a programmed MIDI track and a couple of kind of play along examples. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. For a beginner or even an intermediate and advanced, if you want to learn something specific, there's method books out there that'll teach it to you. Tons for reggae as well, but none for ska. And this is not a learn how to play ska. This is for people who already have a love and an interest of the genre and they want to get better at it. So what do? It's daily practice. It is designed to give you a very deep dive into this genre and teach you how it developed over the course of time through all four generations. The idea behind it, which I owe to my mentor, a guy named Jim Stinnett, who's no longer with us, and I miss him terribly, is that you pick up the bass every day and you play the example of the day. To keep things from getting terribly boring, it switches through each generation every 7 days. So for 7 days, we will start off with the first generation of ska music. So expect lots of scatolites, tons of it. And what you'll see is something just like this: a brief explanation of what's going on, a QR code that takes you directly to YouTube, and then the written notation or tablature that goes with it. And for beginning, intermediate basses, it may even take you more than a day to really kind of get the feel of that. For an advanced bass player, even 4 bars of that, once you start getting into how close can I match the tone of this bass line and the way that it's executed, it takes some work. But one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to daily practice, ask yourself if this is you, is whether or not you're practicing things that you already know. So when you pick up the bass guitar, are you playing something new? Or are you diving into stuff that you're not good at or don't know yet? Or are you playing the same thing and you just enjoy playing it? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not going to grow and develop quickly as a bassist. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who would look at this book and be excited and say, well, I just want to learn how to play my favorite tunes, or I just want to look in the index and find the tunes that I like and learn how to play them directly. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not primarily what this book is designed to do. though chances are across 365 tunes, many of them are popular tunes. A lot of them are tunes that were selected specifically just because they've got great bass lines. They're played by amazing bassists. If you just want to play your own tunes, that's your favorite tunes, that's fine. You could probably get a lot out of this book. But if you want to get really good, you got to follow a path that takes you through all four. Some of it's going to be stuff that you've never heard before or might not be that into, but it'll make you better. And the last one I'm sure that we'll hear about is, okay, tablature. I don't read music. Is there tablature for every song? No. Everyone has their opinion of what tablature does. Tablature is one of the most modern ways of communicating written music, especially if you know what it sounds like and now it's just kind of paint by numbers. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with painting by numbers. You'll still end up probably with a pretty picture. But you got to ask yourself, how good do I want to get at this? How good of a bassist do I want to end up as? And eventually you're going to hit a ceiling if you are illiterate and you cannot read music. Well, you can learn how to read music with this book. Might take you a little bit of time. There's going to be a lot of writing and scratching as you go through it and make little notes for yourselves about string and fret, etc. But that's how everybody learns how to read music. So you're not doing anything new. You're just doing it for yourself. And you will emerge as a much better musician by learning how to read. Everything will become easier. Your bass lines will magically improve. So I hope that, man, if I could just teach one person how to read music by this book, my time on earth will be justified. But I'll give you an up-closer example maybe of what's in the book and the way that it's laid out. Ben Basile, the current bass player of Big D and the Kids Table, was actually the first person to buy a copy of the book, and I've enjoyed talking with him about this so much. He released an album today that I can't wait to transcribe parts. It's Benergy, and you can find it on all the streaming platforms, Bandcamp, etc. But this is his line from the song Toyed by Big D and the Kids Table. So straight out of the gate, you have your QR code to go right to it. You've got notation and you've got tablature. So why would I include tablature for this one? Well, because we can learn the finger patterns in a specific place, and the easiest way to communicate it is tablature, but not for every case. Are there chord changes for every song? Is every song complete transcription? No. We got to respect the copyrights, and we also have to keep this as an academic study. So in many cases, you're just getting a section that includes a lot of verse walking lines, a lot of different grooves, and you might find a lot of paragraphs of written explanations of what you could get and how you could play the line differently. There's tons of talk about the history of the bass in ska music. There's tons of talk about harmony and theory, and this took me 1.5 years of daily work. A lot of what you're getting is kind of my diary through, hey, the right way to learn this through transcription includes all of this. So I hope you enjoy it. If there's any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to email and ask, or message me on Facebook Messenger. So thank you for your time. Have a great week.